stream. Receiving your content, your audience. Momentarily get ready. Get ready. And we are live. When he gets that notification, 12 a.m. Happy Monday. I'm sure we're going to get a very light crowd. That's okay. Was working extremely hard today, trying to get the go-to to work. Still not working. Surprised. But I think we're still in pretty good shape though for guiding and for getting images. So tonight we are going to shoot NGC 281, and that is the Pacman Nebula, and we're going to shoot this in hydrogen alpha. It is a hydrogen emission nebula, so you'll be able to see this on both cameras, as guiding is running extremely well tonight. Go-to is a piece of junk, but that's okay. I still have to figure out the go-to. I spent 2 hours trying to figure it out, and it's just not working. So I've pretty much given up on the go-to. Where is the reference? Why isn't reference showing up? There it is. Okay. It wasn't pulling up on the screen here. Okay, where we're shooting is NGC 281. NGC 281. There it is. It's an emission nebula. Not going to show a darn thing on here, but it's going to be there nonetheless. And the Canon image is done, and that's it right here. I'm going to see if I can pop this out a little bit. Look like it. See it a little bit. There it is. So now you can see it. It's not going to be luxurious on the Canon camera because, one, yes, it is modified, and you'll be able to pick up some nebulosity, but it's not a CCD camera, so it's not going to be amazing. But you can see it right through here. It looks like a little U because it's upside down, but this is where the eye would be right here, and then the mouth would be right here. Once you stack a whole bunch one on top of the other, and this is only a 7-minute exposure, you'd have to take 10 to 15-minute exposures to actually get a good picture. But still, not bad. Why it's running low on output. Is it buffering? I don't know if it's buffering or not. I have no idea. It's green on my end here, so... we'll see. check to see if it's buffering or not. Oh, okay, good. So it looks good. Okay, awesome. Okay, perfect. Good, good, good. So the right image is almost done. The left image, again, is a 7-minute exposure. And then the right side is going to be a 15-minute exposure. So you're gonna see it really pop on the right-hand side. But still, that's not a bad image for it being a Canon camera, which is a DSLR. Only at 7 minutes? It's really not bad. I mean, I could probably go a little bit longer, but without having a filter in there, it's going to probably blow out the background before I get any detail. That's what I want, is I want to get a filter for the Canon camera, and then it'll lower the background and enhance the actual nebulosity. So this way you'll actually start to see detail, but not bad. It is not bad at all. Yeah, it's going to be a little crowd tonight because I'm running so late. I would have loved to start streaming at 9 o'clock tonight. But of course, like anything else in this world, I can never get anything done on time. Ever. But that's what replay is for. Which is always good. And for the music, I'm just replaying the same music as the last stream because I don't have time to find the other music and I don't have time to put it in there, so I don't care. So we're good. So we're just going to use the same music from before. I did change the information on the bottom right to show what the Pacman Nebula is. It's a visual magnitude of 7.4 plus 7.4. The distance on it is 4,100 light years away, and the diameter is 41.5 light years away, which means the distance between one star to the other on the actual nebulosity is 41.5 light years away. That is insanity. Like I was telling everybody before, the closest star is only 4 light years. I know I say only. We would take hundreds of thousands of years to get to the closest star. So imagine how far it would take to get from one end to the other of this nebula. It would take millions of years to get to that. So that's just insanity of how far it is. It's how far light travels in 1 year. So light would have to take 41.5 years to get from one end to the other, which is 6 trillion miles per year. It's crazy. Just craziness. It's unbelievable. The image on the right-hand side is just about done. It's not as bad for light pollution after midnight. It is higher in the horizon. Right now, for where it's located and how far it is for altitude, it's 57 degrees altitude, so that's pretty high up. Zenith is 90, so we're more than halfway up to zenith, and it's just going up and up and up and up. So after 30 degrees, it starts to get better. So, and it is a crazy long distance. It's just insanity. I mean, you would deal with, you know, distance for planetary is AU, which is an astronomical unit. And an astronomical unit is 1 between here and the sun. And then you get all the way out to Pluto, which is like 34 AUs or 36 AUs, because of course it varies, because it's an elliptical orbit. So one side is longer than the other, so of course it's naturally going to be long. I am going to put this in... No. Color camera. Geyer, no! Nope. I'm trying to move this. Get out of here. I'm trying to move these windows and they won't move. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. Alright. Oh, this is going to be nice. are drifting a little bit at 15 minutes. Yeah, they're drifting a little bit. Wow. You could definitely see it in the image. I'm going to move it down just a slight bit here. About there. So I'm trying to match it so this way you can see it between the two. And Earth Radio is on. Venus, you're on. You're the only two tonight. This is it. It's going to be a very, very limited crowd tonight because, one, I didn't tell anybody that I was going live. That's one. And two, this was sporadic. This was spur of the moment. It was I'm going to find something to image. I'm going to do it. And we're going to find it. And I decided to go after the wonderful Pacman Nebula. So, with the mouse here, on the right-hand side, you can see my mouse right here. Hello. Ooh, mouse. This would be the eye of the Pacman Nebula, which is right there. And then if you follow it, you can actually see some nebulosity and some detail through here. It comes up around, goes down here, and then comes around here. This would be the Pacman Nebula. Now, this is one image. Now, of course, I would take a whole bunch of these, extract the red channel, and then stack them one on top of the other, and I would get probably 10, I'm hoping. So I would at least want to get at least 2 hours worth. So that way I can finish at like 2 a.m. I won't stream until 2 a.m. I'm only going to stream for a little bit just so I can show everybody. And if you look really carefully, very, very carefully, on the Finder. I don't think I have the mouse on this one. Let me just pull it up here so I can show you. Give me 1 second here. Hang on. Now, what did I just do? I did not want to do that. There we go. That was my bad. I got too many cursors. Sorry for all the clicking. Sorry. There we go. Okay. So now if you look at the top left, you can see my mouse there. I didn't want to have too many mouses on here. But on the top left, there's the Finder. And right here, I'm going to circle it. Right there. That's the Pacman in the Finder, which is right here. So you'll be able to see it. This little star that you see right there, that's that center star of the eye. And it's right here. So that is so cool that you can actually see it in the Finder scope. It's a 10-second rolling image, and you'll be able to see the Pacman in there. So that's why if I can see something that's semi-bright, I can actually use it to center it to show it on both of these images down here. So once I know it's there, then I can just use it from actually aligning and getting it all set up. Can you separate the double star in the handle of the Big Dipper? Yes, you can. Yes, you can actually do. And next clear night, if you guys want me to, I can get the Big Dipper. Right now, it's extremely low in the horizon. Very, very low. Because it always sits opposite of Cassiopeia, so it is on the bottom, so I can't really get it. But I could get the double star. That's Mizar, would be the double star. And if you're in a dark sky site, you can actually see it with your naked eye. Like I've gone to North Java, which is a semi-dark sky. It's about an hour away from here. You can actually pick out that double star from looking at it. And actually, if you look, I'm going to do, I can actually pull it up on Starry Night and I can show you guys. Big Dipper's down here. Zoom in here. It's right here. And actually, here's something really cool, Art Radio, or Ron. It's actually a quadruple star system. So you got the double star, which is right here, and then you have these 2 stars up here too. So you actually have like 4 stars within like very close range, and you can actually pick them off. But this is the double star, which is right here. So that's Mizar right there. Here's what I'll do. We'll center it. Center. There we go. That's out of the way. There we go. So then you can actually see it. I know it's really small, so make sure you get your glasses. I imaged the Pacman Nebula yesterday and the night before too. Isn't it amazing? And by the way, hello from Belgium. That's awesome. How's the weather out there? And I'm sure it's morning time out there, or pretty close to it. It's probably, I'd take a guess, it's about 6:30 there, ish. Right around morning time. Get your cup of coffee. And I love imaging the Pacman. It is absolutely incredible. If you have the right equipment, it just doesn't get any better than that. It is absolutely incredible. Actually, bad as always, well, you gotta keep trying. That's the best part. You just gotta keep trying. It doesn't hurt. Yeah, 6:22. That's what I figured, because it's about 6 hours from here. You can really tell on that left image. You can really tell it. It's starting to really come in on the Canon camera, so that's pretty good. Guiding is pretty good tonight. And yes, I will be your guest. Is that like Beauty and the Beast? Be our guest? I think that's what it is. Recorded it too and published it on YouTube. You did? On your channel? I'll have to watch it. Oh my god, that is so cool. Let me check your YouTube channel. I don't think I'm even subscribed to your YouTube channel. I'm gonna have to get on this right now. Or should I say, right meow. Is it your name? So let me just see. Results found. Actually, I'll do better idea. Go to your channel. I'll actually go to the actual feed. Sweet. Oh my god, 7 hours and 40 minutes? Oh my god. Oh my god, that is awesome. What size scope do you use? Oh my god. Is that an 8-inch? Oh my. Holy. You go all out, Jurgen. Wow, that's crazy. I'm gonna have to watch it. That's awesome. Yeah, when I image, I go for the full night. Yes, I need indeed an 8-inch. That's what I figured, because you actually have a picture on there. I just subscribed to your channel, so definitely that is awesome. I'm gonna hit the notification button too. So you just imaged. You have also done the crescent. That's awesome. You did the Western Veil? Eagle. Man, you go all out. By the way, hello, Joseph Brown. No aliens. No, stop it. Bad. No aliens. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to definitely watch your stream. That is really cool. You gained another subscriber, which is always good. That is awesome. And I saw that you've been coming on a couple of times on my stream, and I do appreciate it. That is really cool. Do you show the final image on your stream, or do you just go one by one with images? Oh my god, that is insane! And that puts everybody's image to shame. Man! Venus, I just sent you the message from his stream. Because actually, you do have one of your subs on you know, your light images on your stream, and oh man, yeah, monochrome CCD. That's what you use. Because I was wondering, I looked at this image and I'm like, there's no way you got this from a colored camera. Because that's what I'm using is a colored camera. And I can't get stuff like this from a colored camera. I will be getting a monochrome camera next year, and I'll be starting to pull out some of the detail like yours is, but nowhere close. I mean, that is just crazy. You probably look at mine and go, that's insane. Great job. Just amazing job with your images. Absolutely incredible. Both images should be done now. That's insane. Well, at least the stars aren't moving on mine. Mine's more of a focus issue, which is not too bad. But still, not bad. And this one's at 95%, so this one should be just about done. You have a Flickr account. Okay, I'm gonna have to definitely take a look at it. What was the exposure time on the Pacman? I'm sure with a monochrome camera, I'm sure you got a lot of detail, but it probably wasn't a ton of time, especially with an 8-inch. The field of view was probably very minimal. So my guess is you probably did 5-minute images. I didn't actually get a chance to look to see the time on there. The stars look a lot better now. They look a ton better. Ah, there it is. Cell phone charger. My phone's about to die. Oh, excuse me. Nothing like imaging at 12:30 in the morning. Good Lord, you only did that for 2 minutes? That's a 2-minute exposure? What the f... What? That's insanity! Wow. And here I am shooting 15 minutes. 7.5 times longer. And I don't get half as what you got. Yeah, 4 minutes. Sorry, I said 2 minutes, but it's 4. Sorry. Yeah, my mind is pretty much shot. Sorry. 240 seconds. That's insanity. The one on the right, I'm shooting at 900 seconds. And the one on the left is I'm shooting at 7 minutes. And I'm not getting anywhere close to the detail you're getting. However, what you're shooting is you're getting a very, very small area. And if you look, I'm going to pull this out and actually go fit to window. That's my field of view for the... Well, actually, it's not the full field of view. It's going to be even bigger than that. I just cut it down. But it would be probably almost like 20% bigger than this as my field of view for the QHY. But people, that is the difference between having a colored camera doing hydrogen alpha and a monochrome camera doing hydrogen alpha. Monochrome camera is roughly 7.5 times more sensitive than a colored camera because it's using one color, black and white. And then a colored camera is using red, green, and blue, and it has 4 slots to put all the colors in. So even though I'm shooting in color, I'm getting less sensitivity from what he's doing, which is amazing. And I'm using a 80mm refractor, so it is a short refractor, and it's 485mm in focal length, which is, it's on a 0.8 focal reducer. It's a field flattener, so it's roughly about 6 for a focal ratio. So I get more of a field of view, but with your 8-inch, of course, naturally, it's that little tiny part, which is great for detail because you don't have to track very long and still get a ton of detail. For me, I could go probably on a great night, like say tonight, like where guiding is, you know, 0.3, I could probably get 25-minute exposures and the stars would still be pinpoint. Which I'm hoping by next year, I'll be getting a monochrome camera, and with the monochrome, I'm looking to do 20-minute exposures. So I want to get as much detail as I possibly can. And I'm going to use the same Zenistar 80mm on this, and hopefully I'll be able to get it. I still have to figure out the damn Go 2 though, which it's really making me mad. And what I'll do is on another clear night, I will actually show everybody what it's doing. Because I have to find the objects manually and actually move the mount from left to right to find the star match to actually get to the object instead of just hitting click slew and let the telescope go to it. It's all messed up. It's all screwed up. When I changed the monochrome, I made it with 5-minute exposures better than 2 hours. I know. Isn't that insane that your one single image is better than someone who takes 2 to 3 hours of something? It's just... That's why monochrome cameras are so friggin' expensive. That's the problem. Monochrome cameras are highly expensive. I don't know what monochrome camera you're using, but I've heard that the best monochrome camera out there is the ASI 1600. That is an amazing camera. I wanted to get that one, but it would break the bank. And I don't have that kind of money. So I can't get that one. Let me know what camera you're using. That over. There we go. So now I can see everything here. Alright, one on the left is done. So we'll be able to see if the stars move. Stars are not moving at all. God, I could probably, with the way that guiding's going tonight, I could have probably gone maybe 10 minutes on the left and probably 15. I knew it. I knew you were using the ASI 1600. Just by looking at that one single image, that is by far the best colored monochrome camera I have ever seen. So many people are using that camera, and I wanted it, but it's like you have to like donate your left kidney in order to get it. It's like ridiculous. I don't have that. Well, I have kidneys, but I just don't want to. I don't want to pay that money for it yet. Maybe if I get donations one day, maybe, I don't know. The camera that I'm going to be getting it's an older model, but it's a monochrome nonetheless, and so I can't really complain. It'll be a hell of a lot better than what I'm getting now. Still, these images won't turn out too bad. But I hit the notification button on your YouTube stream, so this way when you go live, I'll be able to check it out. Now I won't be watching live, although actually maybe I might, because you're 6 hours ahead. So your nighttime would be 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. So maybe I might, because we're flipped. So now, if it's 2 o'clock here in the morning, you're actually in the well, we're 2 o'clock in the morning, you're 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, so might work out. That's pretty cool. Oh, you don't do live streams. Oh, okay. So what you do is you record it, and then you just post it when you're done, I'm guessing. I do live streams. I love live streams. I love talking to everybody. It's so much fun. It's just, this is great. Oh, man, the humidity is ridiculous out here. Whew! So I tried to match the two together. And of course, doing this in extracting the red is going to be a lot better. You'll be able to see more detail. But until I can get more RAM on this laptop, I won't be able to run another program. Eventually, I'm thinking by next year, early next year, is instead of having the Starry Night up here, is I'm going to run an actual live stacking program while I'm doing the images at the same time. So then you'll be able to see the actual image come into fruition. I can't run another program, unfortunately. I just can't. It's going to get really bad, so I don't want to take that chance. And then it's going to lag the system, and I don't want to do that. Because right now, this laptop is 8 gig of RAM, and I'm going to go to 16. So this will double the RAM. I might, it's a possibility, but I might upgrade the processor on this too. I was reading about the Lenovo laptops, and they're very, very upgradable. So you can actually take these things and upgrade them to almost max. So I'll be doing that this winter when the weather starts to change. I'll be getting this thing up to be as a top premier laptop. So I'll be able to run 7, 8, 9, 10 programs at the same time and not have any lag at all. Eventually, not right now, but eventually down the road, I'm going to be looking to do 1080p with 60 frames per second and not have any problems. It's not the internet. The internet's not having the problem. It's the actual laptop that's running the problem, and was trying to figure out what was the upper limit, and we got it to be 720p without any problems at running at 30 frames per second with an outscale of 720, and it worked out pretty good. I can't complain. It's working. Venus has mama duty. That's perfect. Go get them. Yeah, the stars are not moving. Man, oh man. We've gotten about 4 on the left so far. So I'll probably go to about 1:30 tonight. So I'll go for about another 45 minutes. And then we'll end it. So that way we'll get about an hour and a half-ish of streaming time. Because I would say in about another half an hour, we're going to start getting pretty close to zenith. So guiding's going to go haywire in about 20 to 30 minutes. Right now it's pretty solid. It's going. It's still moving everywhere, but it's staying steady. And that's what I want. So at least I know the mount isn't having any problems with guiding and tracking. It's just having problems with go-to. One on the right is just about done. More percent. Just about another minute and a half. Brighter too. That's amazing. That's looking really good. Nothing compared to Jurgen's, but still, it's pretty good for a color camera. you guys don't have any questions or anything, I'm going to turn off the microphone for a little bit and just play the music. So if there's anything you guys need, I will be right here. So for the next 10-15 minutes, I'm just going to sit back and then just watch these images just roll in. Okay. So if you're just joining, I see a couple people have joined, as we now have 10 watchers right now, which is amazing. Star, Amanda, Awaken Alabama, see that you're on, Stoner, 1 Stoner, 2 cats, can't forget. So, got a few people on, which is great. I know I saw Truth on, I don't know if you're still here. And Zappa was on a little bit ago too, about 15-20 minutes ago. But that's great. That is fantastic. And if you're just joining, I'm sure you can see that we are getting NGC 281, which is the Pacman Nebula. Who would have thought? And we are shooting in 2 different cameras side by side. It is a dual setup. So we have the Canon 1000D shooting at 7 minutes. Again, it's not the greatest camera in the world. It is modified, so you can pick up some hydrogen alpha. It'll be great when I actually stack it and actually process it. You'll be able to see some of the detail actually pop out. And on the right, we have the QHY9C. And that is shooting at 15-minute exposures. So more than double the exposure time on the right from the left. And you can see detail, as you can actually see it. As what I will do is I will use the mouse and use the capture cursor. There we go. So on the right hand side, if you look at the QHY, if you follow the mouse, you can actually see it going around to make like a U shape. It's upside down, but it would actually go around like this, and then this star right here is the eye of the Pac-Man. This is the mouth right here. So you can actually see it. And then when I actually do process this and stack this and get it right, you'll actually start to see a little bit more nebulosity around the outside edges. And then when I extract the red channel, I may possibly do a process party tomorrow. How does that sound, everybody? I think I might do that. Do a process party tomorrow night? Because I don't think the weather's supposed to be nice tomorrow, so I very well might do that and show everybody how do you process an image, especially with a CCD camera. So it's a little tedious, but it's also fun at the same time. So if you're into astronomy and you know how to do it, maybe you can actually give me some pointers. Maybe I'll give you guys some pointers. You never know. But what I use to process an image and actually stack an image is a program called Deep Sky Stacker. And what you do is you take all your light subs. That's what I'm doing right now, is taking these images one by one and then actually putting them into a program. And what it does is it actually takes the image and then stacks them literally one on top of the other. And what happens is the more you stack, the less noise you get, the better quality image. Now if you stack 2, you get a better image. 3, better. 4, better. 5, better. But what happens once you get to about 10 to 12, not much difference. Slight, but not much. But usually 1 to 10, you're going to see vast difference from the actual image itself, which is really cool. So then you have to take calibration frames. I know this seems like a lot for a person who is just starting out in astrophotography, if they ever wanted to do astrophotography. But what you do is you use calibration frames. Now, the one on the right and the one on the left, they have noise. No, not that noise. It's heat. The sensor and the camera puts out heat. Now the one on the left is a DSLR and it actually produces a lot of heat. Like right now, the camera sensor, the temperature on this camera is 91 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is hot. It is very hot. And the hotter the actual sensor, the more noise it produces, which means it's less of a crisp image. Okay? The camera on the right is a TEC, which is a thermoelectric cooler. What that means is I can set the temperature inside the actual camera. It's an enclosed case sealed with argon gas, and what it does is you can actually set the temperature well below zero. Like right now, this camera is running at 22 below Celsius. And I could probably crank it a little bit more. The only reason it's at 22 is because it's running at about 60% power. And when it's super hot outside, it doesn't get super cold. I don't want to crank it too much. But in the winter, I can get this thing down to about 60 below zero Celsius. Because it's cold and then it's running at 60% power, so I don't have to run it super hard. It is running fairly high, and that's why you're getting noise. So if I were to take this image and zoom it in at 2 times, I'm going to show you, and you can actually see it already, is you can actually see the red, green, and blue pixels. So if you look carefully, you can see green here, red, and blue. You can see all these little dots all through here. These are not stars. These are hot and cold pixels. And that's the thermoelectric noise that's using from the actual camera itself. It's creating this noise, pretty much. So, what you do to get rid of that is what's called calibration frames. And I'll go over a little bit tomorrow on how to do that. I'm sure a couple of you know how to do that in the chat, but most of you guys probably don't. So I can definitely help you guys if need be, and I can show you how it works. It's really cool. It is really cool to actually go from what the actual original image looks like compared to the finalized image. It is just unreal. So we could do that tomorrow if you guys are up for it. I could probably be out here. I don't have any, schedule or anything. With this, it's a little bit tougher because I gotta get things set up, I gotta get it aligned, I gotta go and get everything ready, and then we'll start the stream. But when I'm doing processing, I can just immediately plug it in and just go. I don't have to really do anything. I can just show you guys what you need to see. So I could do that. And with calibration frames, there's darks, flats, biases. Very, very simple. And then there's, you just apply them to the image, and I'll go over that later. And that will actually make the image so much better. So we'll do that tomorrow. As we can stack some of these images, I have so many images to go through over the last couple of weeks that I haven't even had a chance to look at yet. So let me put this back out again. This over here. So we'll move it back there. I still have to take darks for 900 seconds. I only have it up to 600. But I'll do that probably tomorrow too. That'll look really nice. So I see everybody's in the chat and everyone's talking, which is great. Haven't caught up yet. Glad you explained. I thought they were stars. Yeah, a lot of people think that they are too. So they think it's like a vast. Like, wow, look at that. The stars are just in white. Volume's low. You have a nice way of explaining things, and yeah, I do. I really do have a nice way. I mean, I want to make sure everybody knows how to do that. This way, you get an idea of what entails of how to actually get an image. as I said, eventually when I get more RAM on this computer, I'd like to do live stacking, which is so cool. I did that last year. I didn't have this many programs running at the same time. I mean, right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 programs running right now. And you're virtually seeing every single program on this screen. Stoner's got to get ready to go to bed. I've got to get up early tomorrow. Yeah, so do I, but I don't care. I don't care. Astronomy. Astronomy power! Gotta just stay up late and get up early. Because I know that in November and December, I won't be out here as much. So that's why I'm going to probably do a lot of processing parties and answering questions and going through a bunch of things. Because the winter, I won't be doing much. Because the winter really sucks here. I know you guys were talking about snow. And you're talking about the weather. It's not fun. It's not fun when you get a whole bunch of snow and when it's cold. Especially when it's like 10 degrees outside. I know, trust me. Ron, I know that it gets much colder where you are. I know, it's really bad out there. And Amanda, I'm sure it's even colder where you are too, because you're way up north. But I know that anything below 20 degrees, the mounts just stop. They just like decide to just crap out. The LCD screens, they start to freeze up. The worm gears in the actual mount, they don't work right because it's so cold. Tracking just goes haywire because it just doesn't work. So usually I shut it down right around Halloween. And that's it. All the way up until right before Easter. So for about 3.5, 4 months, I'm not out here. I can't. Sometimes I'll be able to just go out there and view because it's such a crisp night. A lot of people will say, what is the best time to go out there and see the stars? And the best time is wintertime. And does anybody know why? Well, the reason why is because the humidity is low and there's not enough atmospheric disturbances. So when it's cold, you get less ice crystals up in the sky. You get well, it would be ice crystals, but it's not less humidity. So you'll actually get a clear sky and you'll actually get a better image if you are doing astrophotography. The only problem is the best way to do it, in my opinion, is just get just a regular mount, little cheap mount, not a computerized mount, but just a cheap mount. Set it up, put a DSLR camera, put a dew heater on, and just go. Exactly, low humidity. It's the best way, and that's what I'll be doing this year. So the big mount will be packed up, usually right around late October, and that's when I'll be doing time lapses. That's when I'll be doing wide field. I'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff when it's super cold out. So, good thing is there's going to be a lot of meteor showers coming up. So, you got 2 in October, 1 in November, 1 in December, and 1 in January. So, you're going to get at least 1 a month, pretty much. I don't really count the Draconids. Draconids aren't going to be that great, but the Orionids, that's where it's going to be happening. So, get ready for that one. I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. The images are still coming in. Guiding is still pretty sporadic. I'm not really going to move the mount because I'm only going to be out here for about another 10-15 more minutes. I was going to try to see if I can get another object, but we're just going to let it go. I'll get a couple more images and then we'll call it a night. So I'd probably say we'll get this one on the right and then we'll get 1 more and then we'll call it a night. That way we'll get about 6 on the right, which that's pretty good. That's about an hour and a half worth of exposure time. And I'm satisfied with that. An hour and a half, you'll be able to stack them all tomorrow. And we'll see what we get. Should be interesting. Because then what I do after that, and I was going to explain this after, is after Deep Sky Stacker, and you can go to my website, And I'm going to work really hard this winter to try to update it because I haven't even touched it under the Astro blog section. And when you go to the website, it's going to have Home, Astro Basics, Astro Blog. If you go to the Astro blog section, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting every single image that I've taken up to this point. It's not halfway done, not even close. And you can actually download the images in a zip file. The actual raw image, the TIFF files, or FIT files. I think they're FIT, F-I-T. And then you can actually use them individually, and you can put them into Deep Sky Stacker and process them yourself, or stack them, and actually see what you get. So that'll be really cool, and I can actually show you guys tomorrow. I'll pull up the website. I'll have another format up here and everything, and you guys will be able to see it. It'll be really cool. Tonight is the Pacman party. Tomorrow will be the processing party. So you'll actually get to see how I physically do it. Now, what I tell people is this, for especially the most experienced astronomers. Most experienced astronomers, sometimes when you process something, they'll be like, well, I process it this way. I process it that way. There's no wrong way of processing. Okay? Some people like to use arc sign. Some people like to use different terms for the Deep Sky Stacker. There's no wrong way. I just do it the best way I possibly can to get the best image. At least I try anyways. And you gotta be good when you're doing a colored camera doing H-alpha, I know that. Truth, you say you can't hear? Let me turn it up here. Hang on, let me turn it up. How about that? Is that a little bit better? And will tomorrow be longer? No. I'll actually be earlier because I don't have to, because I probably won't be setting up the mount or anything. I'll just bring the cord out and then just do it going from there. Volume is full. Let me see. Let me turn down the music here. And I got this thing cranked up to -4. So I got this as pretty much as loud as I can go. I don't know. I turned down the music a little bit. I'll actually turn up the music. Just there we go. So to process the image, what I use is what's called Photoshop. And I'm sure everyone has heard about Photoshop and what they use. And it took me about 2 months to get used to Photoshop. It's a really good program to use for astrophotography. It's amazing. And what you do with that is there's different steps, and what they have is it's called Carbani tools. And I have that on my website too. There's different astrophotography tools that you can use to make your image better. So that image is done. They probably beep too. Sorry. What I'll do is that's 900. 1020. We'll try 1020. We'll try that. We'll see what that looks like. And then that way both images will be done at the same time. So what Photoshop is, they have Carbani tools, and what that uses is it's a step-by-step program that it uses that they have programmed into the system. Okay? And what they have is what's called using smaller stars, or you can use dynamic background extraction, or HLVG, which is, I know this is going to be funny, it's called Hasta la Vista Green. No joke, that's exactly what it is. Because in astronomy there is no green. Period. Has anybody ever seen a green star? I sure haven't. I don't think anybody ever has. Just that because green just doesn't really exist in space. That's just how it goes. So that's why you use a program called Hasta la Vista Green. I just love saying that. It's just so much fun. It's a free program that you can use, and I have it on my website where you can actually click and download it. It's a plugin for Photoshop. And a lot of people use that for processing their images. The other one's called Gradient Exterminator. And what the gradient exterminator does, it actually takes an image. Now sometimes with cameras you get a warp and the corners look like a darker color compared to the middle. What the gradient exterminator will actually flatten the image and actually make it one solid color all the way through. So a lot of people's images actually look a lot better, which is really cool. And then the final one is the best one, which is Carboni Tools. And Carboni Tools is a program that you would have to pay for. I think it's about $24, I think it is. But as I said, there's different steps that you can use, and it is so cool. I mean, when I started doing images, and then I looked back, and then I redid them with the step-by-step tools, the images looked 10 times better. It was just so much better. So I'll go over that tomorrow for everybody so you can take a look, and we'll have a little process party. So grab a drink, you know, kick your feet up, relax. Tomorrow night I should be out here at about, say 9:30. I think 9:30 shouldn't be too late. 9:30 Eastern. I don't know because of course it's gonna be different. I know Amanda, you're an hour ahead. If you're west, if you're in California, it's 3 hours less. If you're in Central, it's an hour. Midwest is 2 hours. If you're overseas, if you're in Germany, France, UK, you're looking between 4, 5, and 6 hours ahead. So I'll put up something tomorrow on Facebook and also YouTube just to let everybody know that I'll be live tomorrow. And we're going to have a little bit of fun. Why not? You got to have fun. Because I think it's going to be super awesome. And you'll be able to see what this image looks like, which is super cool. And then you'll actually be able to see me actually debayer these images. Because that's another fun part when you have a CCD camera. Oh, so much fun when you have to debayer an image. Because when you do these images, they actually come out black and white. And then you have to square off the pixels. And you have to make them in color. So when you debayer them, you're actually changing what the pixels look like. So much fun. And then I extract the red channel because you actually get more detail with the red emission than you would with green and blue. So you have to throw out the green and the blue. I know it's so much information. I think everybody is just woo. Does coffee count? Oh, well, everybody loves coffee. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man, if you want to stop by afterwards, by all means, you most certainly can. I mean, whatever time works for you guys. You know, that's the thing. And that's the best part about YouTube, is that if you miss it, if you fall asleep or whatever it is, you can always catch it later. I plan on editing all these videos, too, eventually. So that way you can actually get it in a shorter time. So you're not sitting here for 2 hours watching a video, because I sure as hell, I know I would never watch a video for 2 hours, unless if I'm super interested in it. But some people do. And that's what the chat is for, which is super awesome. Time flies when you're in the chat room and you're going through and you're looking down and you go, holy God, is it really 2 o'clock in the morning? I've been chatting in the chat room for 3 hours? It can happen. Oh, I think he would love it. I think Mark would definitely love it. I think he would have so much fun. I have learned so much with processing. It's just amazing. It's absolutely incredible how much I've learned with processing and going through and actually finding out what's the best way to do things. Leveling off, masking, just curves, everything on Photoshop. Now, there's another program that I don't use, but I have in the past, is called PixInsight. And that's another one. PixInsight is a little bit more complicated, and it's a little bit more in-depth. It deals with codes. Oh boy, we all love codes. If you've ever worked on a website, you know how much that's loads of fun. But what you use for PixInsight, it's a little bit more in detail, but it's actually better, but it's super expensive. Super expensive. But it is really good for doing astrophotography for processing. But will there be food there? Well, I'll have food. If you guys are in the area, by all means, stop over. Stop over, have a great time. I don't know, we might have some buffalo wings, maybe? Some pizza? I like pizza. Yeah, I'll just write that in the chat here. Let's say pizza. Do I have a pizza emoji? Yes, pizza! Lots of pizza. BYOB. That's right. Well, at Buffalo Wings, I'm actually from the Buffalo area. Who would have thought? I'm about 7 miles south of Niagara Falls and about 8 miles north of Buffalo. So I'm right in between. And we love our buffalo wings out here, let me tell you. We love the wings. Cheese and mushroom, there you go. Although, Amanda, it would take a long time for delivery, by the way. If I had food and I wanted to deliver to you, it would take a day. It would take a long time to get there. Yeah, Toronto, that's about an hour and like 15 minutes from here. It's a hop, skip, and a jump. It's not too far from here. I mean, I've been to Toronto, I think, 2 or 3 times this summer. And, well, 2 or 3 times last year. We usually head out to the Ripley's Aquarium. We went to the Toronto Zoo last year. Went to the Hockey Hall of Fame. So we've been to a few places out in Toronto. It's really awesome. My wife just went to, I think it was Wicked, was in Toronto, the play, and that was a couple weeks ago. Toronto is a very cool city, by the way. If you guys ever get a chance, go visit Toronto. It's really cool. So the one on the left, we're actually going to try. We're going to go all out on the one on the left. It might not look good, but we're going to try a 1,000 second exposure. Just for the hell of it. And the one on the right will be another 900 second exposure. And then we'll be pretty much done for the night. Yep, and Amanda, you were born and raised in Toronto. It's a big city, though. But actually, I've been to a couple Blue Jays games, too. It is a very, very, very big city. Yes, I am. I'm a Bills fan, but most importantly, I'm a Sabres fan. Most importantly. I bet that makes you so upset that I'm a Sabres fan and I can't stand the Leafs. I'm so sorry to tell you that. I know it just got personal up in here. It just got personal. But I'm telling you, from a Sabres fan to possibly a Leafs fan, maybe this year, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait for this year. Preseason starts in 2 weeks, by the way. 2 weeks. Super awesome. And I don't know if anybody in the chat is a hockey fan. I don't know. Maybe. Venus, I know you're not a hockey fan. Amanda, I'm sure you're probably a Leafs fan. I could be willing to bet that you are. You're probably a Leafs fan too, so I'm probably outnumbered. Yeah, I need them to play. That's usually how it is. I need them to win at least 2 or 3 games before the hockey season starts. Well, the positive thing is, football starts on the 9th. Preseason for hockey starts on the 18th, so you only got 9 days. 9 days of no hockey. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Amanda. Go Leafs, go. Oh boy. Ouch. What I was saying is at least this year is going to be fun because you got Austin Matthews and now you got Johnny T. I'm sure you guys were jumping out of your shoes when he signed with the Leafs. I'm pretty sure you were. And if you're not sure who Johnny T is, it's John Tavares, who left the island to sign with the Maple Leafs. So you got a lot of good hockey players on the Leafs. So get ready. The only thing is, and I'm sure you guys are going to say it, I know this is turning into a hockey, and that's fine, is I do not like your goaltending. It's not great. And your defense, nothing to wave a stick at. I don't like the defense, and the goaltending is shaky, but your offense, oh man. Marner, Kadri, Matthews, Tavares, that's a good lineup. That is a really good lineup. So, and it's going to be a good division too, by the way. But keep in mind, the Sabres they traded for Skinner. So, that's going to be interesting. And they got Dahlin. That kid's going to be explosive this year. That's going to be awesome. So I'm sorry, I was going off on a tangent. I apologize. But it's just so much fun. I love these streams because we could talk about anything. Leafs, Jays, Raptors, Argos, The Rock. Well, yeah. I like the Raptors. I love Toronto Raptors. I'm a Toronto Blue Jays fan. Wolfpack. Hangover? I've never heard of the Wolfpack. Soccer? Rugby. Okay. You'll see that I did not know. And Venus, you were leaving. Yeah, because I'm about done. These two images are just about done because I got probably 3 minutes on the right and about 4 or 5 minutes on the left. And when these two images are done, I'm going to be calling it a night because it's almost 2 a.m. And Amanda, what time is it where you are? I can't believe you're still up. It's 10 minutes to 3 where you are. How do you do it? I can't do it. You probably sleep in till probably like noon. I gotta get up at like 8, so I'm probably gonna be 2:50 a.m. Man, oh man, that's dedication right there. Yeah, I know you're an hour ahead. That's ridiculous. Whew! The image on the right is done. Let's see what it looks like. Probably not that great because guiding has just gone haywire. Oh, it's still not bad. It's still going pretty good. Well, there you go. Perfect. And Ron, you're still on too. Well, you're an hour behind me. So it's actually 12:50 where you are. I'm at 1:50 and Amanda's at 2:50. Whew. So we got about another minute left on the one on the left, and we are going to call it a night. So I might as well start doing my closing segment. I don't have any closing music or anything. I'm not that good, but just about done. Got 30 seconds. I'll be playing music in the morning. I have to work in the morning, which is always so much fun. But I will try to tune in it, because I'm guessing it's 10 o'clock my time. Uh-oh, Amanda's getting sick. That's not good. That is not good. Alright, let's see what this image looks like at 1,020 seconds. I gotta change the histogram on it. I know it's a lot of clicking, sorry. Sorry for the clicking. I'm trying to get the histogram. It's not really working. Histogram's not working, but at least you can see it a little bit, I guess. The stars don't look bad for 1,020 seconds. That's not bad. That's 1,020 is 17? 17 minutes? Should at least change that on there. 1,020. So at least you get to see it's 1,020 seconds. Some people don't even see that. They don't even see 1,020 seconds on some of the images. Stars look like, and these stars are not drifting, they're just out of focus. So I gotta fix that. Huh. I gotta work on the histogram. Yeah, because this is... So, real quick, before I go. The one on the left, the reason why... Because this is at 200 ISO. If I would have a filter on the left, this wouldn't be so blown out. The background would actually be darker, and I'd actually be able to get a better image. But the fact that it's 1,020 seconds, there's so much light hitting that sensor, that's why it's naturally white like that. So once I get a filter put in that, then it'll actually be darker. I'm going to get a light pollution filter for this camera, and then you'll be able to start seeing more detail, and it'll be nicer. Because that's at 200 ISO. I could go down to 100 ISO, but it'll still be blown out. So I got to work on that. So, with that being said, it is 6 minutes to 2. I'm going to call it a night, unfortunately. I know there should be a sound effect of, aw, a sound effect. So sad. But, we had so much fun. It has been absolutely amazing. Tonight has been fantastic as always. You guys make it so much fun for me. Can you stack too much? No, you can't stack too much. You could always stack a ton if you really want to. And I'm hoping that you guys can hang out tomorrow too. I'll send a notification out to everybody to let them know what I'll be doing and when I'll be on. And then I'll get a synopsis. I'll get some things going, so this way it'll run smooth for everybody. This way you'll know exactly what's happening. So, yeah, that's about it. It's not much, but we got images, and that's the most important thing. Guiding has pretty much gone haywire. It has pretty much been shot. We're at 1.69 for guiding. That is atrocious. So, I want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in. and subscribing and hitting that notification button, which is awesome. So I want to thank everyone and have a wonderful night. Bye.